So, Shiko, I just want you to know that I also look at the whole Portugal thing as an experience for my daughter to compete on an international level. It's something we've never done. I had my boys booked for camp, and my son looked at me. He goes, "I'm not going to camp. I'm going to Portugal." So we are all going, and we are very much looking forward to the trip. And I'm excited to see what kind of competition we'll have. It'll be interesting.
Same. I think that's the whole pull of it is the development, the experience, the bonding for the team. I know Kat's excited. I have my flights booked already. I booked it after Black Friday and Thanksgiving when I saw the deal. I've got my Airbnb. I've shared the location, so we're all in.
If I can just chime in, I don't know if you guys can hear me. When my daughters went to Argentina, it was a lot of money, I can tell you that. But none of the parents, including ourselves, me and David, even questioned the level of competition with the players that are there in Argentina. We didn't even know that they were going to play against girls that were 2 to 3 years up. They were 2008, 2009, and a mix of 2008 and 2009. So we were shocked, but then when we got there, it was just really all the experience that we got so much out of it. They had a total of 4 games. They won 3 games. And mind you, these were little girls. And I'll show you the picture of the team. They were all tiny except for the keeper. And when I say tiny, they're like the triplet size. And they were playing against kids that were 2 heads taller than them and twice as big width-wise. But I think that you all know futsal is a quick movement. And when you're smaller, you're quicker because you're lower on the ground. Gravity always works that way, right? So I think for me and David personally, we are interested in having the girls go to Portugal because, to be honest with you, the experience that they're going to get is probably more valuable than winning or losing from that game.
Agreed.
I have seen so many teams here that play futsal. And more, I don't know about you guys, but if you pay attention, a lot of these so-called futsal games or tournaments, they're really like half and half soccer and futsal. It's punt to the ball to the biggest person. It's push and pull. You don't really see that soul delay, the soul touches. It's very different. And I want to see what Portugal futsal is really like, and at least for my kids to get that experience. And I think a few days ago, I sent you guys some comparison because we were also crunching numbers, whether it's worth for us. But this FDP, the trip to Portugal, it still comes up much, much cheaper than Argentina or any location that USYF and USFF has ever hosted. I think where it's going to come down to an expensive factor is really the flights. Right, all of us are going to be flying out from Philadelphia or Newark or JFK. I think that's where it's going to be expensive, and we just have to be smarter about finding the most cost-effective flights out of the States to Lisbon or directly to the island. I think that's just my 2 cents. I think that Portugal is still like a good choice between going to Kansas for the nationals. If we have to choose between the two. And frankly, I'm going to tell you this, guys, because I think we're all open enough to know what's going on. We have a few futsal players, and my daughters were also invited. They were supposed to go with they call them the interstate team. So a bunch of players that went to Brazil and Argentina got together, and they went to Naples on the weekend of January 5th, 6th, and 7th. They competed in Naples USYF regionals, very similar to San Diego, except it's a different location. And you can look it up at Godsport. So this team, they're expecting experienced futsal players. They played against 08. No, not 08, sorry. 2010 and 2009, because they combined the 2 brackets together. This team lost all 4 games. We ended up not going. And our rationale was, I'm not going to spend almost $2,000 to fly them out to Naples and then get the hotel. And besides, we already did San Diego. So if they qualify again, then, it doesn't make sense. We already qualify. And by the way, we're going to go to Portugal, so it doesn't matter whether we qualify or not, right? But I'm sharing this with you because some parents have this perspective that it's all about winning, right? Especially if you got accolade of, hey, I've been selected before. I went to international. I played with the international team, USYF or USFF. And then you form this team together. You go to Naples and you're there to like, you're under the assumption that you're gonna smoke other teams because you have played a year up before when you have gone to Brazil. Well, lo and behold, that team of nine players, 2 were girls that went to Argentina, and then the rest of them all went to Brazil because they repeated it again last year. But the point is, these 9 players, the so-called elite team, they lost all 4 games at that Naples USYF.
Was it done with the USYF coach or just somebody on the side?
It was the guy is a coach from, what's the name of the club, David? He's a USYF coach.
Okay.
Yeah, he just
I don't remember.
I don't remember, but I'll let you know what his name is. But he's a USYF coach, and but I think the reason why they lost every games, to be honest with you, is because they never trained. We all communicated through Team Snap. We're all coming from different states: New Jersey, South, Texas, California, and we're all gonna go to Naples together. But we've never trained before as a team. And we got there the day prior. We didn't go. Again, we didn't go. They got there the day prior. They probably met up. But every game was just a big loss. And we're talking about 8-2 or 7-3. That was the margin between the 2 teams that competed. Obviously, parents, we're not happy with the result. But, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
But it's more common, though, for parents to look at successful program, trip, tournament wins or losses, and I'm not one of them. Neither is Coach Farrell. And like I said, for us, just like you guys went to California, going out to dinner with you guys and having that time as parents, as coaches, look, for me, that means more. And I'm not just saying that. For me, listen, my daughter is a junior college. I've gone through everything that you guys have gone. My daughter was a standout player. Her mom wanted to, she was ready picking colleges and scholarships, was going to play soccer. And sophomore year, she says, I'm done. So I can tell you stories and stories and stories. So for me, the memories of those kids playing around before the game or getting together, going, seeing, San Diego, you guys organized some trips. And to me, that's just as important as playing. And let's not lose perspective. This prodigy group is put together because they're higher level players. So our goal and part of our goals and our objectives is to go perform well. And they're going to get chewed out when they don't play well, and they're going to be praised when they play well. But it's part of the, part of the culture. It doesn't matter what level you play. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You always strive to win when you play a very high level, but you're not going to be able to win every game. What about the rest? And if you speak with every professional athlete, they'll tell you the opportunities that have opened up through them traveling, cultural, business opportunities that open up through all this networking, and they're invaluable. So again, everybody sees these things different. We have to jump on the other call, but again, like I said, if it's a matter of that, well, if you ask me, well, sometimes we're playing better teams than playing good teams. Guys, there's not enough good teams, futsal teams in New Jersey. And the few that there are, the few programs, they're spaced far and apart. So, for example, we're hoping to be able to play STA, not this Wednesday, next way for scrimmages. Guys, these are the stuff that are not promoted, nor are they advertised. Why? Because if we do that, then we got to make sure we got to produce it. These are extra stuff that Coach Farrell and I go to do because we recognize the girls need more time on the court. They need more of this. 1 hour a week is not enough.